What's going on, friends? Logan Myerz here for Cinephellas.com, doing more 31 Days of Horror. Tonight I'm going to talk about a film that's being released in theaters and digital on October 18th. It'll be hitting Blu-ray on December 17th. I'm talking about Trick. The film is directed by Patrick Lussier. You guys may know him from My Bloody Valentine. The film stars Omar Epps. Haven't seen him in a while. It's good to see him back on the big screen. It also stars Jamie Kennedy and Tom Atkins. Don't give that guy whiskey or beer because he might end up banging your girlfriend or wife. And we also have Ellen Adair. Niall Fortner for Cinephellas just interviewed her about this film, so definitely check that out right here on our YouTube channel. It's a really awesome interview and perfect for the Halloween season. So the setup of the film, there's like this Halloween costume party in high school. A bunch of kids are dressed up in costumes, obviously Halloween. They're sitting around in a circle. Instead of playing spin the bottle, they play spin the knife, and starts off the bloody massacre. And we're introduced to Trick, which is like the killer in the film. And each Halloween, he comes back to terrorize the small town. Yes, this sounds all familiar, which it does. A lot of films, you know, slasher genre especially, set up, you know, this killer that comes back every Halloween. Halloween. We have Omar Epps is playing this detective trying to track down and find this killer that, you know, wreaking havoc on this town each Halloween. And we're introduced to Ellen Adair. She's also a cop, you know, trying to investigate, help out the detective, and track down this killer once and for all and kill him. But for the most part, the killer's pretty interesting. He's like a ninja, because all the kill scenes in this movie has a knife, and he's like, shh, it's going so fast you can't even tell like who he's stabbing. Happens so quick, and I didn't really care for the camera work. There's a lot of blood and gore, and it sets up a lot of great kill scenes, but not just people getting stabbed. There's other ways that people end up dying in the film, and it reminded me much of, you know, a lot of 80s slasher films, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Scream comes to mind, and other films of the slasher genre. So with the cops trying to investigate and figure out who this person is, for some odd reason they just can't catch him. He keeps getting away, and you know, it's somewhat ridiculous at times. End up stabbing somebody, running out, and they can't catch him, and there's like these bumbling, you know, cliche cops in the movie that are like, see the guy and try to catch him, like, ooh, it slipped through my arms. And, you know, just on and on throughout the film. They can't catch this guy. And a lot of the characters in the film are, you know, the run-of-the-mill characters we see in horror films. I love seeing Tom Atkins back on the big screen, one of my favorite actors from back in the day.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
From The Fog or Halloween 3. I was hoping he would end up like banging a chick or doing some of the cliche Tom Atkins moves that we're familiar with from all his films. He does have a smaller part in the film. I really appreciated that. I love seeing this guy. You know, in a horror flick again. Jamie Kennedy has a smaller part in this film. It was good seeing him acting again. And then leading up into that, what happens, his character is a little predictable, but you know, honestly, I wish he had some more screen time in the film. And I thought Omar Epps did a pretty good job playing this detective trying to track down this killer every Halloween. So Trick is an independent horror film, and honestly, I had a lot of problems with it and didn't have as much fun as I thought I would. You know, been hearing about this for some time. You know, like a lower budget horror flick, and I thought it would be as good as the movie Haunt, but sadly, it is not. This film is much like a lot of slashers, a lot of the same mistakes as well with the main killer. A lot of pacing issues, but this film has a lot of problems from start to finish. More importantly, the ending. It was building some momentum in the first two acts, but the third act just totally lost me. It was really ridiculous and predictable, and some of the characters, just the choices they made, didn't work for me. And unfortunately, I had a better time with the other independent horror film that came out this month, Haunt. It was great seeing Tom Atkins, Jamie Kennedy, Omar Epps, and you've seen Ellen Adair play this character, the cop. I thought she was really great in this film, but some of the dialogue of the main characters, the younger actors in the film, just fell flat for me and didn't work for me. Thought some of the kill scenes were pretty well done. Others, the way they used the camera, it was really choppy, and it happened so quick it was hard to follow like what was going on and like who were they were killing. But this movie is much like a lot of other films of the past, of the 80s slasher genre, films like Scream as well. Just a lot of similarities, nothing really original in this movie. The killer, for the most part, was decent, and they kind of set it up at the end like for possible sequels. So we'll see what happens with that. But overall, I thought this movie was pretty decent. It wasn't great, wasn't terrible, but it was just okay. And it's a movie we've seen before. So I'm going to give Trick, that was just released in theaters and digital, a 2.5 out of 5 Halloween hair pieces. What did you guys think of the brand new film Trick? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? What did you think of that ending? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe. This is Logan Myerz signing out with Uncle Tom Atkins up here. Better not get this guy a beer, because your girlfriend's gonna get it. Until the next movie review for 31 Days of Horror. Cheers!